I'm Kelsey Stracner with Walker County KN. We thank you for all of your support and hope that you will continue following our page. Today we are here with Walker College Foundation Director Holly Traywick. Holly, how are you today?
Great. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. So, I know you consider yourself a Jasper transplant, meaning you're not originally from Walker County, but you call it your home. Can you tell us about your journey to Jasper?
So how did I get to Jasper? That's what you're asking me. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting question. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, and a lot of people don't realize that, but my mother has family in Fayette, Alabama. So we ended up in Fayette, and then I ended up in Tuscaloosa at the University of Alabama. And this opportunity came along to become an employee at Bevel State Community College back in 2001. And I was working in a marketing company in Tuscaloosa when I was offered the job here. And I decided that I could move back to a small town for a job in education, which was absolutely amazing. So I spent 13 years at Bevel State. Moving to Jasper took 4 years. I stayed in Tuscaloosa for 4 years and drove back and forth. And it took that time for me to really get to know the community and get to know some people in the community and to make the decision that I could move back to a small town, because that's a big step for a lot of people. And I haven't regretted it for a second. I've loved being here.
Good. Well, okay, so you were the Assistant Director of Public Relations at Bevel State.
Right.
And now you're working with the Walker College Foundation.
Right.
So what do you like about working in the education realm, and what have been some of your biggest challenges?
Working in the education realm, I think it's the most rewarding job, the most rewarding area a person can work in. My father, who passed away in 1998, believed that the two greatest professions were medical profession, because you save people's lives, and the education profession, because you made people what they are. And he just thought that teachers were the thing. You know, teachers allowed people to learn enough to live, to move on with their lives, to learn skills and knowledge that they needed to better their lives. And so starting in the field of education actually helped me see that firsthand.
Right.
And I do teach at UAB now part-time, just because his words stay in my mind about how important it is for somebody to be there to educate students. So working for Bevel State in public relations meant that my role was to let people know that there is a higher education institution here in Walker County, and of course in several other counties, and what it can provide, what it can offer our citizens. So people sometimes don't realize that they have access to education, and it was my job in PR to help them understand that it was accessible, it was here. You know, you could get a year, 2 years, transfer, or learn a skill and start working, and how important it is for individuals in our communities to take the time to look at what we have to offer and take advantage of it.
Well, I don't think that most people know that the Walker College Foundation is almost 2 decades old.
True.
Can you explain to everyone what the foundation does and why it's so important?
We talk a lot about this. So the Walker College Foundation has existed for 20 years. It is part of, or comes from, the original Walker College, and next year the original Walker College, which is now Bevel State, will celebrate its 80th anniversary. We're very excited about that. We would love to have some type of community celebration. Higher education in Walker County, big deal. I mean, really big deal. So in 1994, UAB took over Walker College, and the scholarship funds that were in Walker College were transferred into a 501c3, which became the Walker College Foundation. So if you think about that, that was in 94. So what the Walker College Foundation has always done is provide scholarships to students who attend the campus that is located here. So the Walker College campus is now what it's called, of Bevel State Community College. And they've been doing that for 20 years. But the Board of Trustees, which there are 19 board members, which is shocking to some people, they've been very low-key about it. The role of the foundation was as a support behind Bevel State, providing scholarships to students who were going to school there. Very low-key, haven't talked a lot about it, didn't get a lot of publicity. That was just, they knew what their role was. So 3 years ago, they hired me because they decided that they wanted to become a little better known, raise more money, The more money, of course, we raise, the more scholarships we can provide and do more in the community than they were doing with scholarships. So we are really working on that. And with the help of some great students from UAB, we've had a lot of publicity over the last year, and we've really been working on picking up our public image. Why that's so important to me is the funds we raise go directly to students who are going to college. And like I said earlier, education is so important for people in order to raise themselves out of situations that maybe they don't think they can get out of. And you know, we have a lot of that in this community, in this county. Walker County has a 20.6% poverty rate, and 300,000 kids in the state of Alabama are below the poverty line. 900,000 people in the state of Alabama are below the poverty line. And in Walker County, I don't know the exact numbers, but you think about all of those children who have parents maybe who haven't had enough education to get a job, to bring in better income, to get health insurance, to do the things that they need to do to help raise their children out from under that poverty level. So letting people know that there's money out there for college, if they're 18 or if they're 28, it doesn't matter. We have that opportunity to give people a chance to do a little more, to get a little more education, to learn a skill, to transfer to a four-year university, and they have some help. And I see that every day when I work with my students. So we've talked in the past about the fact that I have students that come in to see me that believed that they weren't going to college, that have no family support. Some of them have no support, period. Their mother and father are completely out of the picture. Some of them have families that just don't have the financial support to send them to college. And this is an opportunity for them to change their lives. And I see it every day. And it's the most amazing feeling to know that you've met a young person who is going to have a better life because they had a 2-year scholarship. So that's what we do. And we're also trying to expand education opportunities in Walker County to help support education partnerships and just help this economy and help the people in this community have better opportunities, better chances for better lives. And so I feel privileged and honored to be part of that.
Okay, so the Walker College Foundation is a non-for-profit organization.
It is.
There is a huge revitalization project going on in Jasper right now. So how is the nonprofit community keeping up with the growth?
Wow. Okay, so there is. Walker County and Jasper are experiencing an amazing period of time. And we talked about the fact that I've been here now. I moved here in 2005, and I've worked here since 2001. And so I've seen growth and change over the last 15 years. And because I'm not from here, I saw what it was when I moved here. I see what it is now, and maybe I really see differences more than some people do. It's amazing. It really is. And people are excited, and people want things to be better. People want things to be better for themselves, for their community, and for everybody that lives here. So nonprofits in Walker County. Let's look at statistics. In Alabama, there are more than 13,000 nonprofits. In Walker County, there are more than 300.
Wow.
So there are a lot of nonprofits in this community. And what they do and how they're keeping up is nonprofits work on the health of our communities. So they pick up people that have fallen through the cracks. They work on things that maybe you or I personally can't, but if we work as a group in an organization, we can help people. So the nonprofits in our community are helping people with physical and mental disabilities. They're helping people who are trying to recover from drug addictions. They're helping mothers and children who are trying to get out of abusive situations. They're working to reduce the stray population, to spay and neuter dogs and cats so that we don't have the issues that we have with stray animals. They're helping educate students. They're helping educate adults, whether they're 18 or 28 or 48. And so the nonprofits in our community are helping revitalize our economy. And they're there to raise people up, to give them the support they need to move forward with their lives. And I think as Jasper is revitalized and as Walker County is revitalized, helping those folks that need a little support will make things even better and help them be part of this revitalization.
Well, with so many nonprofits in Walker County, what do you think it will take for them to gain more support and reach more people?
People need to know these things. It's public relations. And when I was at Bevel, I'll tell you, one of the hardest things about being at Bevel and about doing the job of PR and education, and now at the Walker College Foundation, the job of PR is how do you reach everybody that needs to know?
Right.
And it's difficult. You have Facebook now, you have LinkedIn now, you have all sorts of social media outlets, but just because you post something on Facebook doesn't mean everybody's going to see it. You have the newspaper, but newspaper readership has been down in the last years. You have the internet, but how often do your stories make it to the internet? You have newsletters that go in the mail, but not everybody has a mailing list that includes everybody on it. So how do you get the word out about what you're doing in this community and about the good that you're trying to do and the people that you're trying to help? It's actually very difficult. And what you really need is a group of supporters and word of mouth, because that spreads like wildfire if you can get it going. And I think that's where all of our nonprofits, all 300, need some help.
Right.
They need supporters. They need people helping them sell what they're doing in this community, because they're providing a public service that nobody else can provide. It's really unique. Nobody else provides scholarships like we do. When you talk about organizations like Daybreak or like Hope for Women or like the Arc of Walker County, they're there to support a certain group of people and the only ones doing it. So if we're not telling people about it, then how will the people that need their help know they exist?
Right. Okay, so you've been in Jasper for 15 years now. What are some things you've seen here that our residents can be proud of?
Oh, gosh, so much. This community has the most giving heart that I have ever seen. Again, when I talk about the 300 nonprofits, I know just by working with the United Way campaign that for the Walker County campaign, this community contributes over $1 million every year. $1 million from a very rural community. That $1 million is turned into $2 million when that money comes back into Walker County to help our nonprofits and the people who are helped by them. The spirit of this community is amazing. And I have met some of the most creative people, some of the most fun people. I think the people that live here make it fabulous. And I love that we're revitalizing downtown Jasper. I love that we have events downtown. I love that you can walk around at night and see people everywhere going to dinner, congregating on the square as they wait for a table. We're having downtown music events now. We're having music events at the Bankhead House. We have fishing tournaments at the lake. We have all kinds of things going on all around Walker County. And I don't know that that's common for a small community. So instead of having to go to Birmingham to be entertained, I can do that downtown. And that's really special. And then when I go somewhere to something like that, then I'm surrounded by people I know. And I have this feeling of family and being part of something that's really making a difference. So I love it. I love it here. I wouldn't have stayed 15 years if I didn't love it here. What a great community. And I wish everybody could see it through my eyes, because they would just be amazed every day at what a cool place this is to live.
Yes. Well, you've been very busy and very successful during your time in Jasper. So what can we expect from you next?
Oh, wow. What's next? Walker College Foundation.
Right.
Is on the forefront of my mind all the time. So let's talk work first.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Part of what we do is give people a way to help people go to school. I want that to get bigger and better. We need to raise more money, because the more money we raise, the more scholarships we can offer. And part of our goal for the future is to offer transfer scholarships, and we did that this year to 5 outstanding scholars who graduated with their associate's degree. So we provided them with some transfer money help. So that's one of our goals. And part of my job is to, if you want to support a student going to college, is to give you a way to do that. So that's what we do. We're a conduit for people who really want to help students go to school. For me personally, I really want to be in the middle of this revitalization.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what this community looks like in 10 years. I think it will be really different. And I want to be here
Right.
to see it happen. And I want to be part of it. And I want to support it. And I want to support everybody who's trying to make it better. So I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for.
Yes, that's
but,
great.
I really love this community. I love
Mm-hmm.
what I do. I love the people we help. And I love the people I work with doing that. And I just want to see this county get better and better and better. So,
Okay, well, thank you for being here today, Holly,
You're
and we thank
welcome.
everyone for watching and supporting Walker County Can.